Hey everybody, it's Melissa Robinson with Melissa Knows Mount Juliet, brought to you by Robinson Properties. And I am here in the home of Kathy Meisner. And Kathy Meisner is the event coordinator for a Fine Affair, which is a local art event that is happening in September, on September
the 8th.
On September the 8th at Gargoyles French Decor, yes. Thank you. Gargoyles French Decor in the Providence area. And I am here to kind of showcase some of the art that's going to be at that event and get you guys all pumped up to go and buy some fine art. So Kathy, you want to show us some of your art and kind of explain who you are and how you got started?
Sure. I'm a retired school teacher, and after I retired, I started painting and just found that it was just a wonderful vocation. And I paint what is called expressive abstracts, because you start with two things. You start with a canvas that's a certain size and the palette that you've chosen, and that's it. And it's an adventure because you never know what's going to arise in the layers of paint as you continue painting and painting. Then something might arise like this or like that. I never had a preconceived idea when I started. I just let the canvas speak to me and let it emerge from the canvas whatever wants to emerge.
That's so amazing. And her paintings, I wish that you could see the textures and the colors in the same way that I'm seeing them now. And you can if you go to Gargoyles on September the 8th. But they are just phenomenal. They speak to you in all kinds of different ways, and it would be something amazing to have hanging in your home. How long have you been doing or painting art?
I've only been painting about 5.5 years.
Oh wow!
But I've been very intense with it.
And it's beautiful.
I belong to an artist group in Nashville that is an abstract group, and Millie Jarrett is the leader of that group, and she's a pretty well-known abstract artist.
Very cool. So she is just the first of a few local artists that I'm going to interview for this entire piece. So give us just a minute and I will be back with the next artist. Okay guys, thanks a lot. We're back. I am now with Miss Pat Beistlein, and Pat is actually the person that started this all. I met her at Postal Annex when I did the video there, and I saw this painting and it was just absolutely beautiful. And she and I struck up a conversation, and she told me about the art show that's coming up in September. And so I said, hey, let's promote your art event on Melissa Knows Mount Juliet. So Pat, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about you and the type of art that you paint?
I'm considered a classical realist. My work is inspired by old master style work. I've been painting since '86. How many years is that? 30?
Too many?
I know, definitely. Yeah, that only means I'm older. And I am a nurse first. That's how I started, and I took up painting as a hobby. Back in '86, and I remember someone saying to me, why don't you do something for yourself that doesn't involve doing anything for anyone else?
Oh, and I bet that was hard for you.
Yes, it was, because I ultimately turned painting into something that I'm using as therapy with veterans. I teach free classes to veterans at the VA down in Murfreesboro and the Wilson County Vietnam Veterans Group. And for some folks, you can really see that it's changed their lives. It's given them something that they can be proud of, and it takes their total attention. So all of the anxieties that burden them melt away when they're focusing on just what they're doing, what they're painting.
That's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. And so Pat is another one of the artists who will have work displayed at Gargoyles French Decor on September the 8th. And her art will also be for sale. So go on out, see some of the art that she has for sale, bring your wallet and your pocketbook, and help support our local artists.
I wanted to say about my work that I do all subjects. I get bored doing the same thing over and over again. So I do figurative, I do landscapes, I do pet portraits, I do still life.
Okay.
And I've also done some religious paintings as well.
Awesome. Very cool. So you can see a variety of her works on September the 8th at Gargoyles. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with the next artist. Hey everybody, we are back with the third of our 4 artists, Miss Mary Margaret Sherry. And Mary Margaret will also have her work available for purchase at Gargoyles French Decor on September the 8th. Mary Margaret, tell them about the type of art that you do and how long you've been painting.
Well, I won't tell you the exact years. I'll just tell you that I started when I was 7, so that's enough.
Oh, that's perfect.
On that. And I've done all sorts of art. I've done sandblasting, I've done bronze casting, I've done oil painting, that's the 2 tops, I've done pen and ink. And these are the 2 medias right now that I'm just really enjoying the most. I love architecture. It's a kind of a newfound avenue for me. And the skyline of Nashville was a challenge, but one that I loved.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just took about 3
And it
months.
probably looks different now
Oh
than it did.
yes, but I'm waiting for the skyscraper for everything to clear up and clean up, and then I'll go do
another one. Well, it'd
Yeah.
be great to have them as like a side by side, then and now kind of thing. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So see, you could purchase that one, and then when she does the next one, you can get that and have a collection.
There you go.
That's great. So this is, you said that your preferred method now is the
Now
oil
I really
and the pen and ink.
enjoy this, and so this is where I spend most of my time. And at daytime I paint with oils because you really need the natural light, and at nighttime I can use artificial light because it's either black or it's white, and it's my job to make a gray, so I do that.
Awesome.
So it keeps me busy all day.
Well, good. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else we need to?
I hope everyone will come and see what we all have and the diversity that we have. And don't forget, we have the wine and we have nibbles.
There's wine.
There's wine and there's nibbles. And so please come because we are very diverse. And there's a little bit for everybody.
Great. Well, we'll be right back with our last artist. We saved the best for last, is what we said. We'll be back in just a moment with Bob. And we're back with our 4th and final artist, Mr. Bob Smith. And Bob is going to tell us a little bit about his art and what he does. And he will also be at Gargoyles French Decor on September the 8th. Take it away, Bob.
Yeah, well, mostly what I do is I do watercolor, and I do portraits in graphite, watercolor, and colored pencil. But my art, for me, what I like, I grew up in a small community in the middle of the Ozarks, and so relationships were important for me. In the middle of nature, so for me, it's really being drawn into that whole picture. So I like my art to be able to draw the viewer into it some way or another, whether it's light, form, or whether it's a story to be told. So my thing is trying to find some way to draw people into the artwork itself. A lot of artists would like for your eye to move around. I just like the people get kind of sucked into it. So.
Gotcha. So now is that you said your primary form is watercolor and
graphite pencil.
Graphite pencil.
And colored pencil.
Very good. Very nice. And we have several different images here of the grandmother and some nature, and those will all be in his display at Gargoyles on September the 8th. And guys, you really need to come out and support this small local group. There are more artists. There were several who couldn't join us today, and everyone is diverse in what they do and the way that they express their art, and it's just beautiful to behold. Even if you maybe aren't in the market to purchase a piece, it's beautiful to see and experience and be influenced by it. So I recommend that you come on out to Gargoyles French Decor. That's in Providence on September the 8th. What time does the event start?
Starts at 3 o'clock and goes till 8 o'clock.
Okay, so from 3 to 8, and again, like Mary Margaret said, there's wine and there's food and music and all kinds of fun things. You can bring the kids and let them see the art. and experience it. And I know it's going to be an event that you will remember. So come on out and we'll see you there. Thanks, everybody.